Hello, my dear friend. Welcome. I am so happy you are here today. My name is Anna, and this is the VUS Learning English Podcast. This is a warm and quiet place for you, a place to learn English and a place to feel good. If you're new here, a very special welcome to you. We are so glad to have you in our family. If you listen to our podcast a lot, thank you for coming back. It is wonderful to be with you again. Today we have a very special topic. It is a topic about you, it is about your mind, and it is about your heart. Today we will talk about your mindset. Your mindset is how you think about things. It is the way you see the world. We will learn how to build a strong and happy way of thinking, a mindset for personal growth. Personal growth means becoming a better you, a happier you, a stronger you. Thank you for choosing to be here with me today. It means so much to me. If you like our podcast, please think about following or subscribing. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a like, which is the easiest and fastest way to support the channel. It helps other people find our calm and quiet place to learn. I am curious today. Where are you listening from? Are you in Colombia? Are you in Spain? Are you in Cambodia? Wherever you are, I am sending you a warm hello. Let's begin our journey together. Part 1. Your mind is a beautiful garden. I want you to imagine something. Imagine your mind is a garden, a beautiful secret garden. This garden is just for you. In this garden, there are many things. There are beautiful flowers. These are your happy thoughts, your kind ideas, your wonderful dreams. There are also some weeds. Weeds are plants we do not want in a garden. These are your sad thoughts, your worries, your fears. This is normal. Every garden has flowers and weeds. Your garden is beautiful just as it is. Personal growth is like being a gentle gardener. You are the gardener of your own mind. You can choose to take care of your garden. The first step is to just walk in your garden. Just look around. This is called knowing yourself. It means looking at your own mind. It means seeing what is there. Many of us never visit our garden. We are too busy. We run around all day. We forget to look inside. A happy person visits their garden every day. They learn about their own mind. They learn about their thoughts and feelings. There is a big word for this. It is called thinking about your thinking. That sounds a little funny, right? But the idea is so simple. It is just watching your own thoughts. Imagine you are sitting on a soft bench in your garden. You are watching your thoughts. Some thoughts are like little birds. They fly by very fast. Some thoughts are like big, slow clouds. They move gently across the sky of your mind. You do not need to do anything. You just watch. You just notice. What kind of thoughts do you see? Are they happy thoughts? Are they worried thoughts? Are they thoughts about yesterday? Are they thoughts about tomorrow? Just notice. You do not need to judge them. A thought is not good or bad. It is just a thought. Seeing your thoughts is the first step. It is the start of taking care of your mind garden. It is the start of feeling good and in control. Here's a simple way to practice this. It is called journaling. Journaling is just writing for yourself. At the end of your day, find a quiet moment. Take a notebook and a pen. Take just 10 minutes. Write down what happened today. What choices did you make? What problems did you see? How did you feel? Were you happy? Were you tired? Were you excited? Do not worry about perfect writing. This is just for you. Let your words flow like a river. If you do this every day, you will start to see patterns. Patterns are things that happen again and again. Maybe you will see that you always feel worried about money. Or maybe you see that you feel very happy when you talk to a friend. These are important clues. They are information about you. They show you the secret paths in your mind's garden. They help you understand yourself. Another wonderful tool is mindfulness. Mindfulness is a simple practice. It is the practice of being here right now, paying attention to this moment. You do not need a special pillow. You do not need to sit for hours. You can practice mindfulness right now. Maybe you're drinking a cup of tea. Feel the warm cup in your hands. Smell the sweet smell of the tea. Taste the flavor. That is mindfulness. You are living in this moment. You can practice it when you wash the dishes. Feel the warm water on your skin. Hear the sound of the plates. You can practice it when you walk. Feel your feet on the ground. Notice the air on your face. The goal is to notice your thoughts as they come and go, like clouds in the sky. A thought about work might come. Oh, I have a big meeting tomorrow. You see the thought. You can say to yourself, a thought about work. Then you let it float away. You do not have to follow it. You do not have to worry with it. You just notice it and let it go. This creates a little space, a quiet space between you and your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. You are the sky. The thoughts are just the clouds. In that little space, you find your power, the power to choose. You can choose how you feel. You can choose how you act. You are not a slave to your first feeling. You can choose to be calm. You can choose to be kind. Understanding your mind also means understanding your brain. Your brain is amazing. It works very hard for you. Your brain likes to work in an easy way. It likes to save energy. So it creates mind shortcuts. Think about walking in a forest. The first time you make a new path, it is a little hard. The next time you walk on the same path, it is easier. The path gets deeper and deeper. Your brain does this with thoughts. It creates shortcuts. These shortcuts can be helpful, but sometimes they can cause problems. They can make us see things that are not really true. They can make us make mistakes. Knowing this is a great strength. It is a sign you are wise. It means you understand that what you see is not always the full story. It is just your story. The journey to a strong mind begins right here. It begins with a simple, honest look inside. To understand the world, you must first understand your own beautiful mind. You must first understand the garden you are taking care of. Part 2. Tools for your mind's garden. Now that you have visited your garden, it is time to get some tools. A good gardener has good tools. A person with a strong mind has good thinking tools. These are not tools you can hold in your hand. They are skills. They are things you can learn. These skills work together like different notes in music. When you learn them, you can create a beautiful song. A song of clear thinking and happy living. The first and most important tool is curiosity. Curiosity means wanting to learn more. A curious mind is a happy mind. A person with a strong mind is always asking questions. They are like a little child. A child is always asking, why? Why is the sky blue? Why do birds sing? They are not happy with the simple answers. They want to understand things deeply. This is a wonderful thing. It is how we grow. You can practice being curious. Ask questions to learn more. Why is this true? What is the reason for this? Is there another way to look at this? What am I not seeing? There's a fun way to do this. It is called the 5 whys. It is very simple. When you have a problem, ask why 5 times. Let's try an example. The problem. I am always late for work. Why am I always late for work? Because I leave my house too late. Why do I leave my house too late? Because I cannot find my keys in the morning. Why can I not find my keys? Because I do not have a special place for them. Why do I not have a special place for them? Because I am usually tired when I get home. I just drop them anywhere. Why am I so tired when I get home? Because I am not sleeping enough. Wow, look at that. The problem started as being late. But the real problem, the deep problem, is not sleeping enough. Now you can solve the real problem. Curiosity helps you dig deeper. It helps you find the root of the weed in your garden. The next tool is finding good information. We live in a world full of information. The internet, books, TV, friends. Information is everywhere. The skill is not finding an answer. The skill is finding the best answer, the most true answer. This means learning the difference between good and bad places for information. What is a good place? A place you can trust. This can be a book from a smart expert, a report from a university, a news group that is known for being honest. A person with a strong mind is a little bit careful. They do not believe everything they hear. They are careful with information from people with no name. They are careful with information that tries to push you to think a certain way. They are careful with information that uses emotional, angry language. Good information uses facts and proof. Here's a helpful practice. When you find a new website, or for example, before you read the information, open a new page online. Look for information about the website itself. Who made this website? What is their goal? Are they known to be honest? This simple step protects you. It protects you from wrong information. It helps you build your ideas on strong, solid ground, like building a house on a rock, not on sand. The third tool is seeing connections. This sounds hard, but it is very natural. It is the ability to see how things are connected, to see how things happen again and again, to see how things fit together. A person with a strong mind does not just see separate facts. They see the big picture. Imagine you have a puzzle. You have many small pieces. Each piece is one fact. Seeing connections is putting the pieces together to see the whole picture. For example, in your life, you might notice a connection. Every time I do not get enough sleep, I feel sad the next day. This is a connection. It connects two things, sleep and your feelings. Once you see this connection, you can make a change. I need to protect my sleep. It is important for my happiness. A great way to practice this is with a mind map. Take a piece of paper. Write your main idea in the middle. For example, my health. Then draw lines out from the middle. Write other ideas at the end of the lines. Sleep. Food. Exercise. My feelings. From sleep, you can draw more lines. 8 hours. No phone before bed. This is a picture of your thinking. It helps your brain see connections you might miss. It helps you see the whole garden, not just one flower. Finally, our fourth tool is clear thinking. This is about building good reasons and seeing bad ones. A good reason has two parts. One part is a piece of information or a fact. The other part is the main point. A person with a strong mind can see if the fact supports the main point. Let's see an example. Information. The street is wet. Main point, it was raining. Does this make sense? Yes, it seems right. But a clear thinker asks, are there other reasons? Maybe a water pipe for fighting fires broke. Maybe a street cleaning truck just passed. Clear thinking is about thinking slowly and not jumping to an answer. It is also about seeing common mistakes in thinking. A mistake in thinking is like a trick. It makes a reason look good, but it is actually weak. There are many types. Here is a simple one. Attacking the person. This is when someone attacks the person, not the idea. Imagine you say, I think we should eat more vegetables to be healthy. And your friend says, you do not know about health. You are wearing a silly hat. Your friend is attacking you, your hat, not your idea, eating vegetables. This is a thinking mistake. Learning to see these mistakes is like having a superpower. You can see the weak spots in an argument. It helps you protect your mind from bad ideas. These 4 tools, curiosity, finding good information, seeing connections, and clear thinking, are the start of your mental toolbox. With them, you can take care of your garden with skill and care. Part 3. Your mind's little habits. Even the best gardener knows that weeds will always try to grow. In our mind's garden, the biggest weeds are our mind's little habits. A mind habit is a mental shortcut. It is a little habit your brain has. These habits helped our family from long, long ago. They needed to make very fast choices. Is that a lion in the grass? Run! But today in our big, busy world, these same shortcuts can cause problems. They can make us choose wrong. They can make us think in ways that are not true. A person with a strong mind learns about these habits. They bring them out of the dark and into the light. Let's talk about one of the most common habits. Let's call it the I am right habit. This is the mind's habit of looking for information that we already believe. And it does not look at information that is different from our beliefs. Your mind creates an echo room. An echo room is a room where you only hear your own voice again and again. For example, imagine you believe that a certain type of car is the best. When you look online, you will click on all the good comments. See, this person loves the car. This article says it's the fastest. You will probably not look at the bad comments, or you will think, this person just had bad luck. Your mind is proving what it already believes. It feels comfortable, but it is not helping you see the whole truth. How can you fight this mind habit? You must actively, on purpose, look for different ideas. Make it a habit. If you read a news story you like, also read one you do not like. Try to understand their way of seeing things. There is a wonderful way to do this. Try to make the other idea strong. Sometimes people make another idea sound weak and silly. This makes it easy to attack. We want to do the opposite. You take the other idea and you try to make it as strong as possible. You try to explain it in the very best way. This forces you to truly understand the other side. It helps you break out of your echo room. Let's look at another powerful mind habit. Let's call it the first number habit. This is our mind's habit of holding on to the first piece of information we get. That first piece of information is the anchor. It anchors our thinking like a ship's anchor in the sea. Imagine you are shopping for a new jacket. The first jacket you see costs $500. Wow, that is expensive, you think. Then you see another jacket. It costs $200. Your brain thinks, oh, $200 is a great price. Why? Because it is comparing it to the first price, the anchor of $500. but maybe the jacket is only worth 100. The anchor changed your idea of what is a good price. How do you fight this? Be aware of the first piece of information. Ask questions about it. Is this really a good price? Or does it just seem good? Before you make a big decision, do your own research. Find many different prices. Do not let the first anchor pull you in one direction. Then there is the easy to remember habit. This means we think things that are easy to remember happen more often. Our minds think that information that is easy to remember is more important. For example, we see many stories on the news about plane crashes. The stories are big and scary. They are easy to remember. So many people feel that flying is very dangerous. They are more afraid of flying than of driving a car. But if you look at the numbers, the true information, driving is much more dangerous than flying. The big story in our mind, the easy to remember information, changes our feeling of risk. How do we fight this? We teach ourselves to think with numbers and facts, not just with stories or feelings. When you have to make a choice about risk, ask yourself this question. Is my feeling based on a story I remember easily? Or is it based on real information? Learning about our mind's little habits is a lifelong journey. You cannot make them go away completely, and that is okay. The goal is to know they are there, to be aware of them, and to use simple ways to make them weaker. It's good to know that you can make these mistakes. Everyone can. Ask yourself, what little habit might be working in my mind right now? By seeing these habits, you can start making choices based on clear thinking, not just on automatic feelings. You become a wiser gardener of your mind. Part 4. A simple map for your problems. A strong mindset really shows its power when you face a problem. Problems are a part of life. Big problems and small problems. Worrying about a problem does not help. Making a fast choice often makes it worse. A person with a clear and strong mind sees problems in a calm, ordered way. They use a map. A map guides you. It guides you from the land of confusion to the city of clarity. Let's walk through this simple 5-step map together. Step 1. Clearly see and understand the problem. This is the most important step, and it is the step most people get wrong. We often focus on the feeling of the problem, not the real problem. The feeling is what we see on top. The real problem is the deep reason. For example, you might think your problem is, I am always tired. But being tired is the feeling on top. A better way to say the problem could be, I only sleep 5 hours a night because I watch TV too late. That is very clear. You can measure it. To get this clear, ask yourself some questions. What is really happening? Why is it happening? What am I thinking is true, but maybe it is not? A problem that is understood well is a problem that is almost solved. Before you can find the right answer, you must ask the right question. Step 2, get good information. Once the problem is clear, stop. Wait before you jump to an answer. Do not do anything yet. Just enter a time of learning. Get information. Use your skills from part 2 for finding good information. Get facts from good places. If your problem is about money, this means getting your bank papers, looking at your bills, creating a plan for your money. If it is a problem at work, it might mean talking to your coworkers or looking at work information. The goal is to build a full, true picture. Separate the facts from the feelings or guesses. What do you know is true? And what are you just guessing is true? Write it down. Make 2 lists, facts and guesses. This gives you a clear place to start. Step 3, think of many possible answers. Now, you have a clear problem, you have good information. Now, it is time to be creative. Think of many possible answers. Right now, you want many ideas, not just one perfect idea. Do not stop any of your ideas. Write down every idea that comes to your mind, even the silly ones, even the impossible ones. Let's go back to our money problem. My monthly spending is more than my monthly pay. Your list of answers could be: create a very strict money plan, get a second job on weekends, stop my gym plan, stop buying coffee every morning, move to a cheaper city, ask for more money at work, learn to cook all my meals at home, sell my car and ride a bike. It can be very helpful to ask a friend to help you with this step. A different person can give you a new idea. They might see an answer you did not see. Step 4, look at your ideas and what might happen. Now it is time to think carefully. Take your list of possible answers. Look at each one. What are the good things and bad things of each answer? A simple way to do this is to make a table. On the left side, list your answers. Across the top, list the things that are important to you. For our money problem, the important things could be: how much money will it save? How much time will it take? How happy will it make me? How hard is it to do? Now you can think about each answer for each important thing. This forces you to think in an ordered way. You are not just using a gut feeling. You are using your clear mind. Think about the results now and the results in the future. A result is what happens after you do something. A fast answer might feel good now, but it could create a bigger problem later. For example, stopping your gym plan saves money now, good for now, but it might be bad for your health later. Bad for later. Thinking about the future is a key part of a strong mindset. Step 5, choose, try, and watch. After you think carefully, choose the best answer, the one that looks the best, but your work is not done. Now you must create a plan of action. A plan is a list of small steps. What exactly will you do? When will you do it? If your answer is learn to cook, your action plan might be: this week, find 3 simple recipes online. On Saturday, go to the grocery store and buy the food. On Sunday, cook the first meal. Once you start your plan, you have to watch the results. Is your plan working? Are you saving money? Are you getting closer to solving your problem? Are there any surprising results? A person with a strong mind knows that an answer is a test. It is an idea that you are testing. It is not magic. Be ready to change your plan. Be flexible. Being ready to change your plan based on what happens is the sign of a truly smart person. This 5-step map can guide you through any problem, big or small. It can turn worry and confusion into confidence and clarity. Part 5, understanding what people say. We live in a world full of messages, ads on TV, posts on social media, speeches from leaders. Everyone is trying to get us to do something, to buy something, do something, or believe something. A person with a strong mindset does not just listen. They listen carefully. They think about the information. They are like a detective looking for clues, checking for facts, building a case for what is true. The first step is to break down any message into its basic parts. A message has 3 main parts. The main point, what the person wants you to believe. The reasons, why they say you should believe it. The hidden ideas, ideas that are not said out loud. Let's look at a simple example from an ad. The ad says, "Drink our new energy drink. It will make you a star athlete." What is the main point? The main point is, this drink will make you a star athlete. What is the reason? The reason might be, it has special things in it. What is the hidden idea? The hidden idea is, these special things in the drink are the only thing you need to become a great athlete. Is that hidden idea true? Of course not. To be a great athlete, you need practice, good teachers, healthy food, and many other things. Once you see the hidden idea, you can see the weakness in the message. After you find the parts of a message, you must check the quality of the reasons. Are the reasons based on good information? A person with a strong mindset knows the difference between a fact and an opinion. A fact is something that can be proven true. The earth is round. An opinion is what someone believes or feels. Blue is the best color. Always ask, what is the proof for this reason? Look for numbers, research, or words from real experts. Be very careful if the reasons are just emotional stories or unclear words. Next, check the connection. Do the reasons really lead to the main point? This is where we need to be careful about a common mistake. Sometimes two things happen together. That does not mean one causes the other. This sounds hard, but it's a simple idea. Here's an example. A study might show that people who own a cat live longer lives. The two things, owning a cat, living longer, happen together. It is easy to think, owning a cat causes you to live longer. I should get a cat. But maybe that is not the real reason. A person with a strong mind asks, could there be another reason? Maybe people who own cats are generally calmer people. Maybe they have less stress in their lives. And maybe it is the low stress, not the cat, that helps them live longer. Always be careful when you see two things happening together. Do not just think one causes the other. Finally, a key skill is to notice what is not said. Whose voice is not in this message? What information might be left out? What other ideas are being ignored? A one-sided story is a big warning sign. A strong, honest message will often say that there are other ways of thinking. It might even talk about them. By learning to think about messages, you build a powerful shield. A shield that protects you from being controlled and from bad information. You become a clearer thinker. And you can make choices that are truly your own. Part 6. Open your window to the world. Thinking is not something you do alone. You cannot do it alone in a dark room. A strong mind needs fresh air. It needs new ideas. It needs different ways of seeing the world. If you only give your mind information that you already agree with, your mind will become small. To use your full power, you must open your window. You must, on purpose, look for different views. Different views are different points of view. This is not just about being open-minded. It is a plan, a tool to find your own blind spots. A blind spot is something you cannot see. We all have them. Listening to others helps us see our blind spots. One of the biggest problems today is the echo room. We talked about this before. It is when we only have people and information around us that agree with us. Social media makes this very easy. The computer programs learn what you like. They show you more and more of the same thing. Your world can become very small. A person with a strong mind must break out of this bubble. They must do it on purpose. Follow people on social media who think differently from you. Read books by writers from different countries and cultures. Try to have calm, respectful talks with people who have different ideas. When you do this, remember the goal. The goal is not to win an argument. The goal is not to prove that you are right. The main goal is to understand. This needs a skill called active listening. Active listening is more than just being quiet while the other person talks. It is a real effort to understand their world from their side. It means paying close attention with your whole body. It means asking questions to understand better. Can you tell me more about that? It means saying what they said in your own words. So, if I am hearing you right, you feel that. This shows the other person that you truly care. The engine for all of this is empathy. Empathy is trying to feel what another person is feeling, to try to put yourself in their shoes. When you hear an idea that sounds strange or wrong to you, stop. Do not judge it right away. Instead, ask yourself a curious question. What life experiences could make a good, smart person think this way? This question is magic. It changes you from fighting to learning. You do not have to agree with them, but you have to see they are human. You have to see that they have reasons for their beliefs just like you do. We talked before about trying to make the other idea strong. This is the perfect place to use it. Before you say something bad about someone's idea, try to explain it yourself. Explain it so well that the other person would say, "Yes, that is exactly what I think. Thank you." This is very hard. It forces you to really listen. It forces you to find the strongest parts of their idea. When you do this, one of two things will happen. Either your own idea will become stronger because you have thought about the best arguments against it. Or sometimes you might change your own mind a little, and that is a sign of great strength. Listening to different ideas can feel uncomfortable. It can challenge your deepest beliefs. But this feeling is a good sign. It is the feeling of growth. It is the feeling of your mind's world getting bigger. When you make a habit of listening to different views, you get something very special. You understand that you do not have all the answers. You understand that you have more to learn, and that you can learn something from every single person you meet. This is the heart of a wise and growing mind. Part 7. A magic table for your choices. Every day we make choices. So many choices. What should I wear today? What should I eat for lunch? These are small choices. But we also face big, life-changing choices. Should I move to a new city? Should I take this new job? Should I start a family? Feeling stuck in life often comes from making bad choices, or from being too afraid to make any choice at all. A person with a strong mind sees choices not as scary moments. They see them as a calm, ordered process. A process to find clarity. Your gut feeling is important. But for big choices, only using a feeling is like sailing in a storm without a map. Let me show you a powerful tool. A tool to help you with hard choices. Let's call it a magic table for your choices. Let's imagine you have a big choice to make. You have 3 job offers. Job A, Job B, and Job C. You feel confused. You do not know which one to choose. Let's use the magic table. First, you need to know your options. That's easy. Our options are Job A, Job B, and Job C. Next, you need to know your criteria. Your criteria are the things that are most important to you in a job. This step is very important. It forces you to be honest with yourself. What do you really want? For a job, your criteria might be salary, how much money you will make, work-life balance, time for your family and hobbies, career growth, chance to learn and get a better job, company feeling, how the people at the company act, commute time, how long it takes to get to work. Write these down. Now, you need to give a weight to each criterion. A weight shows how important it is to you. Not all criteria are equally important. You can use a simple scale like 1 to 5. 5 means very, very important. 1 means not so important. Maybe for you, salary is very important. You give it a weight of 5. Work-life balance is also very important. A weight of 5. Career growth is important. A weight of 4. Company feeling is a little important. A weight of 3. Commute time is not very important to you. A weight of 2. This shows what is important to you. Now you are ready to build your table. Create a table on paper. On the left side, write your options. Job A, Job B, Job C. Across the top, write your criteria and their weights. Now you need to give a score to each job for each criterion. You can use a scale of 1 to 10. 10 is excellent. 1 is terrible. Look at Job A. How is the salary? It is very good. You give it a 9. How is the work-life balance? Not so good. You give it a 4. How is the career growth? Excellent. You give it a 10. Be as honest as you can. Do this for all 3 jobs. The final step is to do a little math. Do not worry, it is simple math. For each box in your table, you multiply the score by the weight. Let's look at Job A's salary. The score was 9. The weight for salary was 5. 9 times 5 is 45. You write 45 in the box. Let's look at Job A's work-life balance. The score was 4. The weight was 5. 4 times 5 is 20. You write 20. Do this for every single box in the table. Finally, for each job, you add up all the new weighted scores. Maybe the total score for Job A is 250. The total for Job B is 280. The total for Job C is 230. The job with the highest total score is, in a clear way, your best choice. In this case, it is Job B. This process is so helpful. It takes the confusing cloud of thoughts in your head and it puts them on paper in a clear, organized way. It forces you to say what is important to you. It gives you a clear reason for your choice. This can help so much with the feeling of being wrong after a choice. Now, this table is a tool. It is not your boss. If your gut feeling is very different from the table's answer, pay attention. The table says Job B is the best, but your heart feels very strongly for Job A. Why? Ask yourself why. Did you forget an important criterion? Maybe how much fun the work is. Or is there a fear that is pulling you away from the clear choice? The magic table gives you the clarity you need. It helps you have a better talk with yourself. And it gives you the power to make big life choices with confidence and peace. Part 8. How to be strong inside. Life is not always easy. There will be hard times. There will be problems and failures. This is true for everyone. The difference between people who do well and people who just get by is not the number of problems. It is having a strong mind, a mind that can bounce back. This is called resilience. Resilience is a beautiful word. It means the ability to get up after you fall down, to change with the world, to become stronger after a difficult time. Imagine a strong old tree in a storm. The wind blows hard. The tree bends, but it does not break. When the storm passes, the tree is still standing. Maybe its roots are even deeper and stronger than before. This is resilience. A strong mindset is your partner in building this strength. It gives you the tools to face hard times with a calm and strong heart. A key part of this is managing your feelings. When something bad happens, like you lose your job or fail a test, what is the first feeling? Often it is a lot of bad feelings: sadness, anger, fear. These feelings are normal. They are human. It is important to feel them. But letting them control you can lead to bad choices. A person with a strong mind uses their self-awareness here. They notice the feeling. They see it. They give it a name. This is sadness. But they do not become the feeling. There is a big difference between these two thoughts. I am sad, and I am feeling sadness right now. The first thought, I am sad, makes you and the feeling one thing. It feels total. The second thought, I am feeling sadness, creates a little space. You are the person feeling the sadness. You are not the sadness itself. You are the sky. The sadness is just a dark cloud passing through. This little space allows you to watch the feeling, not be controlled by it. This leads us to another powerful tool, changing the story. Changing the story means changing the frame of a picture. The picture is the event. The frame is your story about the event. Our feelings are not caused by the event itself. They are caused by our story about the event. Let me say that again. It is very important. The event does not create the feeling. Your thoughts about the event create the feeling. Changing the story is the process of changing that thought, challenging the quick negative thoughts that come with bad events. Let's use the example of losing a job. The quick negative thought might be, I am a total failure. I will never find another job. My life is over. This story creates feelings of deep sadness and no hope. A person with a strong mindset would see this thought as an idea, and they would check it, just like we learned in part 5. Is it really true? What is the proof? Is it true that I am a total failure? Probably not. You have had good times in your life. Is it true that I will never find another job? That is an extreme word. It is probably not true. Now, you can work to change the story. Change the story to something more true and more helpful. A new story could be, losing this job is very painful and I am sad, but it is a hard time, not the end. This is a chance to find a job that is a better fit for me. I have skills and I can learn new things. This is not about pretending to be happy. It is about telling yourself a more true, more balanced story. This new story creates different feelings of hope and strength. A strong mindset also helps you have a growth mindset. There are 2 types of mindsets about your skills. A fixed mindset is the belief that your smarts and talents are set. They cannot change. With this mindset, failure is a terrible thing. It feels like a judgment. I failed, so I am a failure. A growth mindset is the belief that your skills can grow through hard work, effort, and learning. With this mindset, failure is a chance to learn. It is a lesson. I failed, so I can learn what to do differently next time. Thinking clearly and growing your mindset is a skill. It is something you can practice and get better at. So it naturally leads you to a growth mindset. When you face a problem you cannot solve, your thought is not, I am not smart enough. Your thought is, I have not found the right way yet. What can I learn from this? This changes everything. Building a strong, resilient mind is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. By managing your feelings, changing your stories, and having a growth mindset, you build a strong mind. You become less afraid of storms because you know you are a strong tree. You can bend, you can learn, and you will grow. Part 9. Speak from your heart. Thinking clearly is a superpower, but it is only half of the journey. The other half is sharing your clear thoughts with others. Your wonderful ideas are not useful if you cannot explain them. If you cannot share them in a way that is clear, kind, and easy to understand. In fact, preparing to speak or write is one of the best ways to improve your own thinking. There's a famous saying, if you cannot explain it simply, you do not understand it well enough. When you try to explain an idea to someone else, you often find the holes in your own understanding. A key part of good communication is clarity. Clarity means being clear. Speak or write with clarity. This starts with using simple, clear language. Unclear words and long, hard sentences confuse people. They hide your meaning. Imagine you are in a work meeting. Someone says, "We need to use our main skills in teamwork to make our work systems better." What does that mean? It is confusing. A better way to say it would be, the sales team and the marketing team should meet every Friday. They can share what customers say. This will help us sell better. This is clear. It is simple. You know what to do. Before you speak or write an important message, ask yourself this question. What is the one single message I want my listener to remember? Start with that. Good communication also has a clear structure. A good structure is like a strong skeleton for your message. It holds everything together. A very common and good structure is the idea, reason, result model. First, say your main idea clearly at the beginning. I think we should start a community garden in our neighborhood. Next, give your reasons that support your idea. My research shows that community gardens help people feel less lonely. They also give us fresh, healthy food. I have talked to 10 neighbors, and they are all excited about it. Finally, explain the result. The so what. This means our neighborhood will be a friendlier and healthier place to live. It will build a stronger community for our children. This structure is powerful. It is logical. It is easy to follow. And it connects your idea to a result that matters to people. Another powerful way to communicate is to use gentle questions. Instead of just telling people things, you ask open-ended questions. Questions that cannot be answered with a simple yes or no. These questions help other people to think more deeply, and they make the talk feel more like we are working together, less like a fight. Imagine your friend suggests an idea that you are not sure about. Let's go camping this weekend. Instead of saying, that's a bad idea. The weather looks terrible. You could ask a gentle question. That sounds like a fun adventure. Can you tell me more about your plan? What have you seen about the weather for this weekend? This is less like a fight. It opens a conversation. It shows respect for your friend's idea, even if you are worried. Finally, great communication means you think about your audience. This means thinking about who you are talking to. Who are they? What do they already know about your topic? What is important to them? What are their possible worries? You would explain an idea differently to a small child than to a university professor. You would write an email to your boss differently than a text to your best friend. A person with a strong mind thinks about their audience with care. They change their message. They choose their words and their tone to connect with the listener. When you mix clear thinking with clear and kind talking, you make your good ideas stronger in the world. You become not just a person with good ideas in your head. You become a person who can share those ideas. A person who could connect with others. A person who can help create good change. Part 10. Using your new mindset. Every day. The reason for this journey is not to become a great thinker. It is to become a happier, better person in your real everyday life. These skills and tools are not for special days. They find their true power when you make them part of your daily habits. They can change how you feel about everything. Let's think about your personal relationships with your family, your partner, and your friends. Where do problems usually come from? Often they come from simple mistakes in understanding, from things we think but do not say, from not really listening to each other. A person with a strong mind can bring their new skills into these relationships. You can practice active listening when your partner is upset. Instead of getting angry, you can become curious. You can put down your phone, look at them, and say, "Tell me more." You can ask questions to truly understand. It sounds like you felt really hurt when I was late. Can you tell me what that was like for you? This simple change can stop a fight. It can turn a possible fight into a moment of connection, a moment of deeper understanding. Now, think about the workplace. Thinking with a growth mindset is one of the top skills that companies want. What does this look like day to day? It means not just doing what you are told. It means trying to understand the why behind your work. Why is this work important? How does it help the team? How does it help the customer? It means asking questions about things that are not working well. If you see a way of working that is slow, you do not just complain. You use your problem-solving map from part 4. You understand the problem clearly. You get information. You think of solutions, and you share a clear idea for making things better. A worker who thinks with clarity does not just do their job. They improve their job. They improve the team. They add real value. Now think about your role as a person who buys things and as a citizen. We are swimming in a sea of messages trying to change our minds. Marketing, ads, political speeches, social media posts. A person with a strong mind sees all of this with a healthy bit of questioning. When you think about a big purchase like a new phone, you look past the beautiful ads. You do your own research. You read opinions from different places. You use your magic table to compare options. In your role as a citizen, you get news from different places, not just from your favorite echo room. You try to get a balanced view. You check facts before you share a shocking story on social media. You think about the arguments of leaders, looking for thinking mistakes or hidden ideas. This makes you harder to control. It helps you make smart choices that are right for your own values. Even your own personal growth journey is powered by this mindset. When you set goals for yourself, you can go past simple dreams. A simple dream is, I want to be healthier. A clear action plan is, my goal is to improve my heart health. I will do this by walking for 20 minutes 4 times a week. I will also eat 1 more vegetable with my dinner each day. This is a plan you can follow and check. You can think clearly about all the self-help advice you see online. Is there proof behind this advice? Is it a good fit for me and my life? You become the scientist of your own life. You run little experiments. You get information about yourself. You see what works and what does not, and you always improve your ways of living. The key is to make these practices a habit. Start small. Do not try to do everything at once. Pick one small thing from this podcast, just one, and practice it this week. Maybe you will practice active listening with your child. Maybe you will use the 5 whys on one small problem. Maybe you will just take 5 minutes a day to sit and watch your thoughts. Like building a muscle, these skills get stronger with practice. The more you use them, the more natural they become. And slowly, gently, you will change your life. Part 11. Following your good heart. In our busy world, it is not always easy to know the right thing to do. The line between right and wrong can sometimes feel unclear. We all face hard choices about what is right. This is a situation where you have to choose between 2 or more important things. A strong mindset is a powerful guide for these situations. It helps us move past a simple gut feeling. It helps us use a more careful and wise process to make good choices. The first step is simply to see that there is a question about what is right. Many choices that look like they are just about business or money have a hidden moral part. For example, a company is deciding to close a local factory. They want to move it to another country to save money. This looks like a business choice. But a person with a strong mindset asks deeper questions. What about our local workers who will lose their jobs? Are the working conditions in the new country fair and safe for the new workers? What is the effect on the world in both places? Seeing the right and wrong part of a choice is the first step. Once you see the question, you must see the different values. Values are things that are very important to us. What important values are fighting here? In the factory example, the value of making money is fighting with the value of taking care of workers. A person with a clear mind then uses different ways of thinking about what is right to look at the problem. Think of it like using different pairs of glasses. Each pair helps you see something new. One way of thinking is to focus on the results. This way of thinking asks, which choice will create the most good for the most people? Another way of thinking is to focus on duties and rules. This way of thinking asks, are there certain moral rules we must follow, like a duty to be honest, or a duty to not harm people? Should we follow these rules no matter what? A third way of thinking is to focus on character. This way of thinking asks, what would a kind, fair, and honest person do in this situation? What choice would help me become a better person? Using more than one way of thinking is very important. Each one can show you a different, important part of the problem. It helps you see the full picture. Finally, doing what is right requires courage. Thinking and planning is not enough. There will be times when your careful thinking leads you to a choice that is not easy, a choice that is not popular, or a choice that will cost you money or a friendship. It takes courage to do what you believe is right. But when you know you have looked at the issue from all sides, when you know you have used your mind and your heart, you are better prepared to be strong in your choice. You can act with goodness even when it is hard. Your strong mindset becomes your guide, guiding you to be a good person in a complex world. Part 12. Your journey is forever. The most important truth about building a strong mindset is this. It is not a place you arrive at. It is a journey. a lifelong journey. There is no final test to pass. There is no paper that says, "Congratulations, you are now a perfect thinker forever." The world is always changing. New hard times will appear, and your own old habits, your mind's shortcuts, are always waiting to come back. Being a master is not about being perfect. Being a master is about staying on the path, staying on a beautiful lifelong journey of always getting better. A key idea for this journey is knowing that you do not know everything. We talked about this before. It is the simple and deep understanding that you do not have all the answers, that what you know is small, that your beliefs could be wrong. A person with this idea is not afraid to say, "I do not know." Or, "You might be right. Let me think about that." They welcome feedback from others. They see different ideas not as a fight, but as a chance to learn. They are more interested in getting it right than in being right. To practice this, make a habit of asking for feedback on your thinking. After you make a big choice, talk to a friend you trust. Ask them, "What do you think of how I thought about this? What did I miss?" Another key part of the journey is practice with a goal. This means practicing with a clear focus. A great piano player does not just play songs, they also practice simple notes over and over. A person building a strong mindset must also practice their core skills. You could take 15 minutes every morning, read one opinion article in the news, and try to find the main point, the reasons, and the hidden ideas. Look for any thinking mistakes. This regular, focused practice is what makes the skills strong. It is what turns a slow, hard process into a fast, easy skill. Building a group of friends who are learning can also make the journey more joyful and fast. Surround yourself with people who also want to learn and grow. This could be a book club or just one or two good friends. Friends you can have deep, honest talks with. They can challenge your ideas in a kind and supportive way. They can show you new books and new ideas. Learning together is powerful. Finally, a promise to learn for life means you must change your relationship with failure. You will make bad choices sometimes. You will believe a weak argument. You will let your mind habits control you. This will happen. It is part of being human. The difference between a master and a beginner is how they react to failure. A beginner feels bad. "I'm no good at this." A master gets curious. "This is interesting. Let's learn from this." When you make a mistake in your thinking, you can look back. Look back on your bad choice. Ask yourself questions with kindness. Where did my thinking go wrong? Which mind habit was pushing me? What information did I not think about? What can I learn from this experience? Every mistake becomes a lesson, and every lesson makes you a stronger, wiser, and kinder person. This journey never ends, and that is the beauty of it. There's always more to learn. There's always more to discover about yourself and the world. We started this journey together today by talking about that feeling of being stuck, feeling trapped in a circle of choices that do not work out. We learned that the way out is not through trying harder. It is through thinking in a new way. It is through building a new mindset. Throughout our time together, we have created a complete map for this change. We started in our mind's garden, learning to watch our thoughts. We filled our toolbox with skills like curiosity and clear thinking. We learned to see our mind's tricky habits so they have less power over us. We built a simple map for solving any problem, and a magic table for making clear choices. We learned how to listen with empathy, how to speak from the heart, and how to make hard choices with a good heart. And most importantly, we saw that this is a beautiful, lifelong journey of growth. The path from where you are now to where you want to be might seem long, but it is made of many small, gentle steps. You have the map now, you have the tools. The only thing left is your gentle promise to begin. Start today, not tomorrow, today. Pick one small thing from this episode and use it. Just one. Think about the next ad you see on TV. Practice active listening in your next talk with a loved one. Use the 5 whys for one small, difficult problem in your life. When you start to bring these practices into your daily life, you will see a change. Slowly but surely, the fog of confusion will begin to lift. You will face hard times, not with fear, but with a quiet confidence. You will make choices not from old habits, but from a clear mind. This is about taking back the pen that writes your life story. This is about becoming the gentle gardener of your own beautiful mind. The power to change your life is the power to change your mindset. The journey starts now. Thank you for spending this time with me today. We have walked a long and beautiful path together. Remember to be kind to yourself. Learning to grow your mindset is a practice. It takes time. It takes patience. You are planting a new seed in your garden. It needs water, sun, and gentle care. Keep going, one step at a time. You are doing wonderful work. I am so proud of you for being here. If you enjoyed our time together, please consider leaving a comment or a rating. It helps our community of learners grow. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart for being here. I hope to see you next time. See you next time, my friend.